Welcome to sunny Wilderspool here in Warrington for Hull's 8th match in this First Division campaign, and they come into this game with 4 wins and 3 defeats from the previous 7 game, and really a very important game indeed today here at Warrington. Hull have had some success in their trips into Lancashire this year, winning at Wigan and at Leigh. Had a big defeat at St Helens, rather put a damper on this good away form. But a win today would really lift Hull into the top regions of the First Division, and Warrington, who are actually beneath them in the league table with only 6 points from their first 7 matches, are really desperate for a win. They've had 2 defeats here at home against Sheffield and Bradford Northern, and their only really impressive performance was ironically against Hull at the Boulevard back in September, when they won by 29 points to 14. Talking to Warrington people here, they're rather dispirited at the team's performances, but Hull, of course, will have the advantage in a sense of having won here in the previous 2 years, knowing that they can come to Warrington and win. All the makings of an intriguing game, Brian Holwell. The Hull side very much as it was at Leigh. Russ Walker is back in the side with Steve McNamara out. What do you make of the Warrington side today?
Well, one of the most dangerous players at Hull was Marlow, the fullback, and he's out, and you've got a youngster from local amateur rugby, Lee Penny, at fullback. But the rest of the team is more or less the same. And I remember only what we're talking about 6 weeks ago, I think it is, when Warrington destroyed Hull at the Boulevard. I mean, they didn't just win, they really destroyed Hull. Looked very organised, very committed, and far too quick for Hull. Difficult games to read, these Hull versus Warrington, when you're getting a pattern of Warrington being able to win at Hull quite comfortably, and then later on in the season Hull coming here and beating Warrington. Very, as you said, Steve, important game to win. Hull have played 7, won 4, lost 3. If we can win 5 games, we'll move up the league, and obviously everything to play for.
The referee today, Mr. Peter Gilmore from Workington, laying down the rules. What's some of the things he particularly wants emphasising today to the 2 captains? Let's run through the 2 sides. The Hull side, first of all, Richard Gay fullback, Paul Eastwood, Gary Clark on the wings, with James Grant and Paul Harrison in the centres. Andy Dearlove and Ivan Henjak, the half-back combination. Ian Marlow, Lee Jackson, Mark Jones, the front row, with John Sharp, Russ Walker and Dean Busby, the back 3. Rob Nolan and Mike Dixon are the 2 substitutes. The Warrington side at fullback, they've got a young teenager, Lee Penny, who's in for the injured Robert Myler at fullback. Neil Kenyon and Mark Forster on the wings, with Chris Rudd and Alan Bateman in the centres. Kelly Shelford and Greg Mackey, an interesting looking half-back combination. Neil Harmon, Dwayne Mann and Gary Chambers the front row. Gary Sanderson, Bob Jackson and Paul Cullen the back 3. Their substitutes today are Tony Thornley and Gary Tees. A slight delay as Greg Mackey calls for the sand. Rather thin crowd here at Warrington today. I struggle to make 4,000, I think, at the moment, and quite a few noticeable gaps in the main stand opposite us, the Brian Bevan stand, as it's now named after that great Australian winger who graced these fields back in the 1950s. Mark Jones from the kick-off knocks on. Oh, that's a bad start for Hull. Jones fumbling, and Hull immediately having to drop out from under the post. Got the worst possible start. There's quite a strong wind here today, which seems to be blowing rather crossfield. The dropout taken by fullback Penny almost breaks the tackle of Henjak, and he returns the ball to within 30 metres of the whole line. Here's Harmon, good tackle, brings him down. Lee Jackson. Here's the prop. Chambers with a penalty against Jones. And certainly Mark Jones's first 2 pieces of action in the game, not what we would want to see, Brian.
Pretty inauspicious start by Mark Jones there. A knock on, an old penalty. Pretty straight. It's Rudd to take the kick. He's allowing for the angle, it's only about 20 metres out. It's pretty straight. We've just been playing, what, 2 minutes? Warrington 2, Hull 0. Paul Eastwood will kick from the centre. Paul Eastwood doesn't like the ball. I think he thinks it's blown up properly. Kick deep, kick by Paul Eastwood to Greg Mackey. Cullen drives it to the 10-metre line. Sanderson. Good tackle by Jack. Harman. Put down. Dwayne Mann acting half-back. Runs off. He had an excellent game at Boulevard earlier on in the season. I think he's probably on his day as good a hooker as anybody in the rugby league. Must be a penalty to Hull. They didn't really try to stand up then. After praising him and saying what a good player he was, gives away a penalty in a perfectly kickable position for Paul Eastwood. What, about 25 yards away on the Warrington post, and just at a slight angle. See Terry Smith coming on with the sand today, 16th man. Paul Eastwood. So the local press this week is having specialist coaching for his kicking, which his last 2 or 3 games has deteriorated somewhat. Taking really too much time and too jittery a run up. We'll see if he's cured the problem. Plum centre. Great kick by Paul Eastwood. So we've got Hull 2, Warrington 2, and we've been going, what, just about 5 minutes. Mackey. Kicks it deep towards Gary Clark. Stops it with his foot. Makes a few yards. Warrington play ahead. It looks like the prop forward. Oh, Jones drops the ball. Warrington in possession, 10 metres from the whole line. Jackson. Mackey on the open side. Shelford. Penalty for a head-high tackle against Henjak. Again in a very kickable position. Bad mistake there by Matt Jones, Steve. Put Hull under pressure.
Yes, it certainly was. Just over anxious in hitting the ball up, and the ball spilled. And the resulting head-high tackle from Ivan Henjak being penalised. So Bob Jackson is lining this kick up. Now Rudd was the player injured on the far side a few moments ago. He's actually on his feet in the middle and moving around, but Jackson is going to carry on with this kick. Has kicked quite a bit for Warrington, I think, over the years. A great servant to this club. One of the very best Australian imports. Oh, he hits the post, he comes out. Taken by Shelford. And he's well policed by Andy Dearlove, and Warrington played on the 20-metre line. This is Chambers. Now Harman, taken by Marlowe. Mann. Wrapped up by Russ Walker and Dearlove, but he's a strong fellow. Mackey acting half-back. This is Sanderson. Warrington back to the open side. Mackey calling the shots at first receiver. A little bit lost. And a kick through to Richard Gay, which was fairly innocuous. Oh, Warrington didn't offer much on that set of 6, Brian.
No, I thought the Warrington outside backs didn't chase up on Mackey's kick. I think it was a plan move, Steve, and maybe they didn't read it, didn't hear the call. But as you say, Gay was under no pressure when he took the ball at all. Lee Jackson. Oh, bang down there. By Cullen, came over the top. John Sharp. Again, a good tackle there, back down by Chambers. Hard tackling by the Warrington forwards. Ball back to Paul Eastwood. Good long kick by Eastwood. To the young fullback. Comes out. Good tackle there by Busby. And then Jack.
Interesting to see Paul Eastwood back in the role of the clearance kicker, Brian. We haven't seen that for a while.
No, we haven't, but with no Rob Nolan and no Scott Gale, Dale picks up a loose ball. Thinks about passing, but swamped by the Warrington defence. Jones. Good charging run by Jones. Marlowe. Oh, Marlowe. Flat ball. Never get near it. Picked up there by Bob Jackson. Bad mistake by Hull. But Warrington again, they look disorganised. Pretty scrappy game so far. Chambers. Sanderson. Twin man. 4 tackles gone. Ball to Mackey. Kicks. Should bounce for Gary Clark. It does.
About 5 minutes.
Paul Harrison. Lee Jackson knocks on. Tried to pick it up quickly and run off from acting half back, and he succeeded just in knocking the ball on. So it's Warrington's feed just inside the whole half.
Well, neither side has settled down to this one at all. Elementary errors from both sets of forwards. Warrington will have the good attacking position here. Penalty at the scrum, though Warrington have got good possession. It's against John Sharp. Or is it against the Hull backs for being offside? No, for Sharp for detaching himself too early. And Mackey has a chance to put Hull back into their own 20-metre zone. They're looking for a big match again. Greg Mackey is in excellent form at the Boulevard, and Warrington won earlier in the season. We're moving it wide on the first tackle at Shelford, but the defence read it well. Here comes Sanderson, who runs at an angle back towards the ruck, looking to slip the tackle. Chambers within 10 metres. Hull under pressure. Mackey will look for the long ball to Shelford. Cut out past the Bateman. Bateman going for the corner. Good tackle by Richard Gay. Copybook try-saving tackle by a fullback. Warrington keep it moving. Mackey kicks over the top for the winger. Does it go dead? I guess it does, without Hull having to touch it. A kick for Forster on this left wing, just too strong, and Hull able to watch it go in. But what a great tackle by Richard Gay.
Brilliant tackle by Richard Gay. That long deep ball by Mackey found Bateman in the gap, and it looks like he met the line, but Gay read the situation well, pulled him down 3-4 yards short. And Matt Jones banged down there by Cullen and Jackson. John Sharp misses it. Oh, luckily for Hull, it goes to Marlowe. Very fortunate there, Hull. Lee Jackson back to Paul Eastwood. Kicks over the... Oh, poor kick by Eastwood, straight into touch. Bit of a comedy of errors there by Hull. They just haven't settled at all. Mackie feeds. Referee not happy with it. Shelford. Good tackle there by Dearlove. Bateman to Cullen. Oh, Bateman pushes off Grant. Fortunately, Busby's in there. Mackie to Sanderson. Chambers. Good tackling by Hull in the centre of the field. Shelford, run around, man. Long, deep ball again to the fullback. Well put down there by Paul Eastwood. I don't think the referee's penalised Eastwood for a high tackle. Very unfortunate there, I think, Steve. Nowhere was that a high tackle.
I seem to catch him on the chest, but the referee insistent on this. But it's going to give Rudd another shot at goal. 2 each the score in a very scrappy first 10 minutes, really. Oh no, Rudd deciding not to go for goal. Well, I'm a bit surprised at that. But Warrington going to go for the try, starting 10 metres away. Here's Harman driving on well. Hull under real pressure here, 2 metres away, Warrington. Mackie, Sanderson, that's good tackling. John Sharp and Busby. Mann, switch of play. Shelford trying to wriggle out of the tackle. He's within 2 metres. Hullman down injured. It's Walker. Mackie. Cullen. Cullen can't get away the long pass. He was looking to release the centres out on the right. Mann goes from acting half-back, and there's an absolutely enormous gap. And he scores with ease under the post, and really, Brian, an absolutely soft try given away by Hull.
Just absolutely no mark of defence there at all, Stephen. Hull were fast asleep. And Dwayne Mann just looked up. I don't think he could believe it, that the gap was so wide. Just 15 yards on the line. A real blow that for Hull. But to be fair, Steve, Hull are just not playing very well at all. And Warrington aren't either. Both sides a little bit scrappy, looking for a pattern. But really on the play we've seen so far, I think Warrington deserve to be ahead, because they've certainly been on the attack and inside Hull's 20-metre area for most of the game. So it's pretty easy conversion attempt for Chris Rudd, and he kicks it. So we've been playing 16 minutes. It's Warrington 8, Hull 2. I don't think Dwayne Mann will score many easy tries this season than that one. So Warrington making substitution. Paul Cullen's coming off, and it's Gary T's going on. Craig Mackie to Bob Jackson. Tackled by Lee Jackson. Fullback Penny runs off from Acton halfback. It's a few yards. Chambers, bang down there. Good tackling that, good tackle by Marlowe. Mackie. Oh, nice ball. To Rudd. 2-1 to the winger. Who won't catch Neil Kenyon. That was a simple move, started 70 yards from the Hull line. Simple chain passing by Warrington, and good finishing by the right wing pair, Steve.
It was a spectacular try, really inside, well inside their own 20-metre area where it started, and Hull expecting Warrington to work it away through the forwards with a long pass around the backs, put Rudd into space, and he drew the cover and released winger Kenyon who scored superbly in the corner. Great try by Warrington. And they've now taken a 12 points to 2 lead. Without it has to be said, playing particularly well, Brian, but Hull's errors and their lack of security of the ball themselves in possession, and then one or two lapses of concentration in defence have led to these 2 tries.
Yeah, and to be honest, we had no cover on that side, Steve, did we? Once we made the initial break, there was only Richard Gay there, and he was in face with an impossible 2-to-1 situation, and we had nobody really scrambling across. But I think, as you said, I think we were expecting Warrington to drive it out there in their own 20-metre area, but they didn't. It's a bit like the game at the Boulevard. They moved it wide and found gaps in the whole defence. So it's Rudd, wide out on the right. Looks good, just floats away, and the wind just took it past the left-hand post. So we've been playing 20 minutes, and Warrington 12, Hull 2. And Hull just haven't got into this game at all. So it's Paul Eastwood, he'll kick it. Low this time. Oh, break there by Sanderson. It's Kenyon. Oh, beats Gay. To Dwayne Mann. Fortunately, the whole defence gets back. The touch judge is on with his flag. Actually, I don't think it did Warrington any favours, so they quick play the ball and they moved it to the left. Hull were in trouble. Referee calling back Richard Gay. But that was a big break there by Sanderson, straight down the heart of the Hull defence.
Yes, from the previous kick-off, Lee Jackson had chased up ahead of the line and made an excellent tackle. This time he missed the tackle and the gap appeared behind him. Warrington really with a chance now of the 3rd try. Here comes Chambers, met by Marlowe and Jones. Mackie dummying, opening up the middle. Sanderson makes the line, does he? No, double movement given. Well, that was desperately close, but held short and really went over the line in a second movement, and the referee gives a penalty. But that was a nice, well-created move around the ruck by Warrington, with decoy runners going in both directions and Sanderson coming up the middle. Well, a let off for Hull, and it really is time for Hull to settle play down and to work their way into the Warrington half. The most important thing in this set of 6 is to be secure with the ball. Russ Walker within 8 metres of the halfway. Busby takes a short pass, but does well to hang on to that. I think Lee Jackson was actually looking to cut him out and find an outside man. Jones wrestled to the ground on the halfway. It's back to Eastwood for the kick. Well, it doesn't really strike that particularly well. It bounces up for the fullback, and he's tackled. Well, offside against Hull. They were offside, but there was an incident very similar to that when Warrington chased through, and the referee allowed play on with the Warrington chasers within 5 metres. So we're looking for a bit of consistency there, Brian.
Yeah, but having said that, it wasn't a particularly good kick, Steve, was it? Right, tease. Harmon. Shelford to Bateman, loses it. But that must have gone forward. In fact, it must have been offside, that one. Bob Jackson. Decision went against Hull there, Steve, because I thought the Warrington man had knocked it forward. It went to Warrington man in another offside position. Good tackle there by John Sharp. We need some more of those. Mackie. Kick over. Picked up there by Chambers. It's a penalty for Hull for stealing the ball. right in front of the posts. Russ Walker says something to the referee, but I'm going to change his mind. Very easy kick this for Rudd. Now offside, must have been two, ball must have gone 2 yards forward. Rudd is 20 metres out. He kicks it. So we've just got, what, 24 minutes? Warrington 14, Hull 2. And Hull still haven't put a concerted attack together, Steve.
No, they're having a very little position inside the Warrington half, never mind the Warrington 20-metre area. Paul Eastwood to restart again. Taken by Greg Mackey, picks up winger Kenyon. Lee Jackson again first to chase, a good tackle made. Man from acting halfback. Walker watches him. I think Hull have obviously been alerted to the danger of man's runs from acting halfback. Though having said that, he's scored a try already. Busby misses the tackle on Chambers, and he's brought down eventually by Henjack. Mackey, short side. Takes a good hard tackle this time from Grant and Dearlove. Man up to Shelford. Two New Zealanders combining. Gets away from Jones. Gets the ball inside. Warrington growing in confidence all the time. Shelford kicks. Richard Gay collects. Got a bit of room in ahead of him, Richard Gay, this time. He's tackled well by Rudd and plays it 10 metres short of halfway. Gary Clark from acting halfback scampers 5 or 6 metres. Lee Jackson up to halfway. Clark looking a bit disorganised again. Richard Gay from first receiver. John Sharp on the inside pass, but well tackled by Jackson. Here's Jones, thinking the flat pass, but Hull not making too much forward momentum there. That's only 10 metres in 5 tackles. Henjack kicks, and that's just going to bounce away over the dead ball line. A fairly unproductive kick. And Warrington will restart on the 20-metre line. Forster. Bateman from acting halfback. Doesn't make any yards forward there. Ian Marlowe in with a good tackle. Harmon going across, looking to slip the ball around the man. Almost gets it away. Taken by John Sharp. Mackey kicks. Taken by Richard Gay. Fumbles it first time, but then well, gets it away to Grant, but he's taken by Mackey. Well read by Greg Mackey, that play. Eastwood to Marlowe. Jackson out to Walker, who hits it up straight to the halfway. Dearlove. Short pass to John Sharp, nicely played, but Sharp needed support on his outside. There wasn't anybody there. He needed short support. Nice pass by standoff Dearlove. Last tackle against Hull. Jones will play it 32 metres out. Sharp on the short side. Paul Harrison has to manufacture a kick, not a very good one. Taken by Penny. Hull not really set up properly on the last tackle there, Brian.
No, not at all. Dearlove made a nice little ball there, as you said, to Sharp, and really, John was looking for somebody to support him. I think Dealov probably should have backed up his own pass because he hadn't been taken out of the game, but he did very well there, did Andy Dealov. The referee doesn't seem to be that concerned about offside, Steve, at the moment. Now and again, there's a very small 5 metre margin. Not at the moment, but odd times there is, and the players get offside. Mackey, charge down. Bob Jackson gets it. Oh, shrugs off 2 Hull tacklers. Greg Mackey kicks through, picks up. Richard Gay reads the situation well. Back feet. Inside ball to Gay. Well read there by Penny. Sharp. Busby. Lee Jackson. Lee Jackson. Henjack blind. It's a few yards. Last tackle. Busby. Dealov. Oh, Walker. Oh, picked up by Grant. Another 5 tackles for Hull. Fortunate there. Mark Jones to the posts. Gets rid of it to Busby. To John Sharp. To Harrison into the gap. Stopped 5 yards short. Better attack there by Hull. Lee Jackson gets the ball, rid of the ball. It's Paul Harrison. He'll be over in the corner. The referee gives it. Warrington crowd don't like it. I think he lost it out of his hands, but the referee gives a try. Very important try for Hull, that, to put them back into the game. Nice pass out there. I think it's from Gary Clark, Steve.
I was just going to say that. Good awareness by Gary Clark. Spotted the Warrington were a little bit short on the blind side there, and Paul Harrison wriggled in. Question mark, I suppose, about whether he bounced the ball, but the referee was in good position, and he may well have had downward pressure and the ball bounced away after it touched it down. But for 4 points desperately needed by Hull, and that's really their first concerted attack, and it came with some good work down this right hand side by Captain Russ Walker. Bounced off a Warrington player's hand into James Grant's possession, and he took it to within 10 or 12 metres, and then Hull moved it well across the field. Harrison taken just short, and then from the resulting play of the ball, Harrison getting in at the corner. A really vital try, brings Hull back to 14-6. And Paul Eastwood with a chance right from the touchline to convert the try. Oh, and he makes a... Well, I think that's one best forgotten. The most uncharacteristic kicking error by Paul Eastwood, but the score remains at 14-6, and Hull now back in the game. We have some 7 or 8 minutes to the interval. Do come back to what was said earlier, Brian. I think Warrington have played particularly well, and Hull still very much in this game. Yeah, I mean, that was a first, as you said, concerted tackle made, and Warrington looked quite vulnerable. But we've given them a 12-point start. Gary Clark. Oh, met and driven back there by Gary Tees, and loses the ball. Chambers. Kenyon. Crowd shouting for a high tackle by John Sharp. Referee says not. Shelford. Neil Harmon up the blind. Mackey, first man. Mackey. Misses the man out. Oh, finds a gap there. The Chambers, the prop, drives for the posts. 2 tackles left. 2 in man. Mackey going left. Shelford. To Rudd, who loses it. And Andy Dealov picks it up. Marlow. Russ Walker. Met by Jackson. Jones.
Ball go to Lee Jackson. Andy Daylove, nothing to run for. Well done, Daylove. Got a nice bit of play. To Gay. Tackle there, well by Penny. Good bit of play by Andy Daylove. Took the ball standing still, kept his head. Henjack. He should have passed then, but last tackle for Hull. High kick by Paul Eastwood. Miles high. Bounces over Greg Mackey. Daylove's after him. Doesn't get hold of him, but Busby does. Bateman. Warrington inside their own 20. Sanderson. Good tackling by Hull. Bob Jackson loses it. Russ Walker picks it up. Hull on the attack now. 10 metres out. Sharp. Driving run there by John Sharp. Jones for the post. Big run by Mark Jones. Good run by Jones. Just stopped 2 yards out. Long ball, Henjack to John Sharp again. But Mackey reads it, puts him down. Busby. To Richard Gay, slips his man. Inside to Grant, there's a chance. Grant's over. Just spun out the tackle, gets the ball down. Good attack by Hull, Steve.
A great bit of work by James Grant in the end, because it looked, although the gap opened up to begin with, and it looked as if he was going to get there. He eventually had to spin around out of the tackle, and suspected he'd been a couple of inches short, he wouldn't have made it, Brian. It's the must have long arms, our Australian centre, James Grant. A good try. And really, Brian, really the first 2 times in the game that Hull have had possession inside the Warrington 20-metre area, and they've come up with 2 tries.
Yeah, and really we didn't do anything there, did we, Steve? When Busby got the ball, you know, it was a high ball and he had to start running it. You know, we turned it. Richard Gay came, turned it back inside to Grant. There was nothing on, but Warrington's tackling, they don't look that secure, do they? It's a matter of thinking if we can keep playing for 6 tackles and keep some pressure on, we can win this game. So pull back to 14 points to 10. We're just, 4 minutes to half time. Hull supporters at this end giving Greg Mackey a bit of stick. So it's Paul Eastwood. I think Hull have had the advantage of this breeze in the first half. That's a good kick by Eastwood. Touch just says no. Hull supporters don't agree. It seems to pass right over the top of the post, that one.
I think it just faded the outside. It was a pretty good kick, but anyway, at 14-10, the position a lot better for Hull than it looked 10 minutes ago. We're within 3 or 4 minutes of half time. Very important, no mistakes from the kickoff. Warrington being pegged back here. Jones safe this time. Almost makes the 20-metre area line. Sharp just gets over it. Warrington tackling well on the rucks. Ian Marlowe. Well tackled by Bob Jackson. Busby. Oh, out to deal up. We can't handle it though. Mackey gets away. Greg Mackey away, but passes on the outside to James Grant, who fumbles it. But it goes back and it's picked up by Dearlove, who's back to cover. Well, Greg Mackey passing to a Hull player when he'd made the break. He'd be disappointed with that by that. Here's Paul Harrison. Sharp. Last tackle against Hull. They're only 10 metres from their line. This has been a good defensive effort by Warrington in this set of 6. Jackson from acting half-back. Ian Marlowe has to kick. Well, I don't know if Lee Jackson was aware that it was the last tackle. Mackey takes the ball. He's tackled some 12 metres inside the whole half. Shelford to Bateman. Going back across the field, Bateman. Taken by John Sharp. Not too many yards forward there. Man to Harmon. Harmon almost breaks the tackle, but taken eventually by Sharp and Walker. Shelford kicks to the wing again. Paul Eastwood finds a bit of space, but looks for Richard Gay. He wasn't quite with him. Here's Busby, and he will play just inside the 20-metre line. Walker out to Marlowe. Liam Marlowe just it's about the same position where Russ passed it from. Nobody coming on the short side for Lee Jackson. We're looking a little bit disorganised here. It's back to Eastwood for the kick. It's good distance on that. It's going to bounce around the Warrington 20-metre line. It's taken by the full-back Penny, and he's tackled by Harrison and Grant. Kenyon from acting halfback. Pretty quick and nimble, this winger. Man to Chambers. Warrington working their way back up to halfway. We make it that half-time is just about here. That's a good tackle, well read. Lee Jackson and Andy Dearlove bring Tees to the ground. Hull offside. In the middle of the field. Warrington will go for touch. I think that may be the first penalty for offside at the play of the ball in the half. I say the referee seems to have been a bit inconsistent in the distances taking the players back, as Brian Holwell commented earlier. Mackey out to Shelford. Here's Rudd. Taken by Busby just outside the whole 20-metre area. Mackey switching play. Greg Mackey makes the break. Greg Mackey going for the corner. Great tackle by Henjack. The try is given, is it? In touch, in touch. Oh, that was a great try-saving tackle by sweeper Henjack. Rolled Greg Mackey over. I think he did get over the line, put it down, but his foot was in touch. Well, that's twice Greg Mackey has made the break. Neither time able to convert it into a try. And Ivan Henjack sensibly coming around slowly to feed this scrum. Appealing to the referee, does get the ball. Oh, loses it though. Greg Mackey has it. There's half time. The referee hasn't heard it, as he has now. Man trying to scamper over from acting halfback, but the hooter had gone. Well, a couple of let-offs from Hull. First, Ivan Henjack, the hero of the piece, with a tremendous tackle on Greg Mackey, and then almost the villain as he lost the ball from the scrum, and Greg Mackey almost able to pick up and go over. A real battle between the two scrum halves in the last minute of the first half. Hull 14-10 down at half-time. A game that's been patchy, really, Brian, isn't it? Plenty of incident, plenty of excitement, but neither side really terribly convincing all the way through, and Hull really relying on the last 10 minutes when they've had two good field positions in the Warrington half to come up with the two tries, but looking a little bit shaky in defence and sometimes a little bit disorganised in taking the ball away from their own 20-metre area. Yeah,
it looked like two teams playing without a lot of confidence, really, Steve. Well, 14-10 at half-time, and I think Warrington deserved the lead. I think they've been a little bit more impressive than Hull. But as you say, we're right in the game, only a try in it. But yeah, now the team's really settled down. Mackey's played well, but for quite a bit of the time, Hull have kept an eye on him because obviously they know what he can do. As you said, great bit of play just at the end. Fine tackle by Henjack, just managed to swing Mackey's legs into touch as he was putting the ball down. And then Mackey tried to get his own back, took the ball off Henjack on the feet, scrum feed.
So half-time, Warrington 14, Hull 10. We'll be back for the second half shortly. Second half about to get underway. Hull 14-10 down. Paul Eastwood to kick. We think what wind there is, Warrington have the advantage of. The flags have gone very limp here over half-time, and I don't think there's too much advantage there. The game variable, winnable for Hull if they can make fewer errors in the first half. That's the key to it. The side that makes the fewest errors in the second half will probably win it. There's Chambers, but well met. That's good tackling by Jones and Dearlove. And Andy Dearlove, very prominent in the tackling stakes. Man from acting half-back. Taken by Ian Marlowe. And eventually by Dean Busby. Harmon. He's taken down on the 30-metre line. Man back to Mackey. Back to Penny for the kick. We'll get a bit of pressure on him. Ball runs away, taken by Richard Gay. Good chase by Warrington. Gay will play 30 metres from his line. Eastwood from acting halfback. Doesn't make more than a couple of yards forward. Ian Marlowe hits it up. Short side, Richard Gay. But no support on his inside, taken 7 or 8 yards short of halfway. Lee Jackson from acting halfback, but nobody really there to organise. All lacking a first receiver. Last tackle, Lee Jackson looking rightly aggrieved. It's a good deep kick by Paul Eastwood. Taken by the winger Kenyon. And he's taken immediately by Dearlove and Harrison. Shelford out to Rudd. Rudd driven back to his 20-metre line. Here comes Chambers. Shelford kicks through, chips over the top. Enjack in pursuit. Oh, it bounces over his head. Bounces also over Rudd's head, and Richard Gay, in fact, in the end, picks up. A penalty against Warrington for not clearing the ruck. And a chance for Hull to put the ball into touch on the far side. Eastwood finds touch, and Hull will restart 10 metres inside the Warrington half. Lee Jackson. Ian Marlowe, the short side, the open side decoy. Busby runs on the short side. Russ Walker. Henjack. Dearlove. Out to Gay. Gay thinks about the pass, but Dearlove looking to put Ian Marlowe into the gap. He's into the gap. Still going Ian Marlowe. Gets it away to Jones. Once again, the break created by a good pass from Andy Dearlove. Jones plays it. Moved wide. Dearlove out to Busby. Grant. Gets it away to Dearlove. Finds a bit of space, the whole standoff. Oh, look, just the inside ball, and it wasn't quite on. Might have been better actually in the end going on his own. I think it was half out of the tackle. But that was good attack by Hull. He has forced the running kit away on the far side. Mackie dummies. Well put down by Ian Marlow. Here comes Harman. John Sharp makes the tackle. Shelford kicks. It's going to be collected by Richard Gay just inside his own 20-metre area. Makes some 10 metres. Warrington player out inside the Warrington 20-metre area. I think he was involved in a collision with Jones earlier. And not sure who it is. Is it Bob Jackson?
Bob Jackson, yeah. Bob Jackson caught Matt Jones's boot as he was getting to his feet. Sad sight this. Bob Jackson being taken off on the stretcher. I think he's concussed. Dwayne Mann complaining to the referee. I think he's asking her, did the linesman say anything wrong? Bob Jackson looks in quite a bad way, as I lost both Jackson and Cullen now. Two of the first choice forwards, so that must be an advantage to Hull. Tony Thornley coming on for Warrington. I think he usually plays in the centre. It may be that he'll go into the second row. Run by Jones. Barlow. Warrington forwards really fired up. Hand offside, if I must say. John Sharp, good run up the ruck. Good selling run by John Sharp. Back to Paul Eastwood. Kicks. Back to Warrington hand. It's all on. Young full-back. Kenyon did well there to get the ball back to the full-back. Thornley. First touch of the ball. Good tackling by Hull. Plenty of weight in the Hull tackling this half. Mackie. Shelford. Oh, he's not going anywhere. Well read there by Paul Harrison. Harman. Ken Jones meets him. Gets rid of it to Lee Jackson. Ball out. Oh, to Busby. To Eastwood for the corner. Yes. The referee didn't like it. I think he rolled him, knocked the ball on. I can't say I saw a knock on, Steve. I thought it might be knock on. Ball out to Rudd. Oh, good tackle there. Excellent tackle on Rudd. Dwayne Mann. Good tackling by Hull. They always tell because the Warrington supporters are getting to the referee about offside. Good tackling. Oh, big run off by Tees. After saying that, he made 20 easy yards up the middle. And then a free kick for holding him down. Poor play by Hull.
Well, the good work undone there. I think John Sharp, the man coming in as the third, just to delay the play of the ball. But in fact, Hull had regathered pretty well. And Warrington let off the hook. Well, that Paul Eastwood disallowed try a moment ago. Will that prove crucial in the end? Here comes Chambers. He's tackled by Jones and Sharp. Harman driving forward. He'll play it some 32 metres away from the whole line. Shelford. Mann picks up Sanderson. Mackie thinks about the kick. Puts it inside to Shelford. That's good play by Greg Mackie. Well supported by his half-back partner. Warrington in good attacking position here. Mackie calling the shots, Greg Mackie, but runs out of support this time. Last tackle against Warrington. Shelford kicks through, and Warrington missed the ball. That really was a try-scoring chance. It's palmed away in the end by a whole player. But Warrington will still have the pressure here because Hull have got to drop out. Eastwood makes the halfway, a good long kick. Picked up by Penny. He's tackled by Dearlove. Will play it 40 metres from the whole line. Forster from acting halfback. Here comes Chambers. Mackie picks up Shelford. Out to Bateman. Bateman into a gap. Good run by the winger. Here's a try for Warrington. Substitute Thornley, and a very well created try. Greg Mackie, really the architect, picking up Bateman in space, and the centre on a weaving run, creating the room for Thornley to go over, and Warrington come up with the 4 points. 18 points to 10 now.
That was the identical move to the one in the first half when Richard Gay just got across and stopped Bateman. It's a deep ball, missed man, and as you said, Bateman went on a weaving run. Gary Clark on this side was caught in no man's land, and Bateman created a space for Thornley to score. Important try ready for Warrington, because I think Hull have played well for the last 10 minutes. But nonetheless, they can go back and score again. So it's Rudd trying to add to the score. Hull look as though they're getting both Rob Nolan and Mike Dixon ready to come on. Flag goes up. All supporters behind the post don't like it. I thought the ball swung after the post, but nonetheless. That's 20 points to 10 for Warrington. And Hull are bringing off Busby and Harrison, and Gary Nolan and Mike Dixon going on. Big run there by Harman. Tease. Oh, met there by Jones and Sharp. Chambers. Good tackling there. Dixon and Dearlove. Shelford kicks down this touch. Good kick by Shelford, but stops. Richard Gale collects it, he does. Sar steps the first man, but there are 3 Warrington tacklers up there. Gary Clark. I'm sure the Warrington players are offside, but the referee's not looking for offside at the moment. Walker. Good tackling again by Warrington, all driven backwards. Jones. Big run by Jones. Marlowe. That looked like a high tackle, but the referee's not penalised it. We're at the last tackle. Ball's back to Eastwood. Good kick by Eastwood. The young fullback comes across, feels it well. Runs across field. Grant gets in. Good tackle by Grant. Warrington in their own 10-yard area. Good run there by Thornley. Man to Mackey. Mackey met there by Jackson and Sharp. Harmon again, knocked backwards. Good tackling this by Hull, 4 tackles gone. Tees again. Tackle by Dalov, his last tackle. To Mackey. Deep. Richard Gay. Richard Gay. Stopped there by Thornley. Gary Clark acting half back. To Marlow. Oh, to Mike Dixon. Well picked up, Mike Dixon. Terrible pass. John Sharp. Good tackle by Thornley. Worked very hard since he's come on. Jones lost the ball. Picked up by Marlow. Must be a knock on. Warrington heading ball. Warrington playing with plenty of fire since Bob Jackson went off Steve. Certainly haven't put them off. And as I say, Thornley's come on and he's had several really good tackles. Shelford. Rudd. To Thornley. Mackey. Penny. Put down there by Henjack. Sharp. Mackey. Tees. Oh, great tackle by Lee Jackson. Great, excellent tackle by Jackson. Shelford, kick over. Should be Richard Gay's ball, bounces badly. Shelford picks it up. Referee rules a knock on. I'm not sure that it was. I think that was a good decision for Hull.
What a good kick by Kelly Shelford, a good variety there. Been kicking deep to this side. Just a chip over really there, and the ball sitting up kindly for Warrington, but from the scrum, Clark loses it, Mackey picks up. Obstruction possibly, yes. I think Mackey finding the gap, but obstruction possibly by Kenyon. But Gary Clark in all at sea there really with that ball. Another let off for Hull. Oh, and a bad kick. Fails to find touch. And here comes Penny across the field, picks up Rudd. And that's a good tackle by Rob Nolan. Warrington putting pressure on again. Shelford looks out for the cutout pass. Kenyon puts it out to Thornley on this side. Cuts inside Thornley. Up to the 20-metre area. Mackey. The ball goes loose. Mike Dixon has it. The pattern of the game, Brian. Neither side really. Jones involved in a fight. For the Warrington forward. Been some feeling since that incident with Bob Jackson that led to the Warrington skipper being taken off. I think the Warrington player see Jones as the cause of that, and looking to take some revenge there. Gary Tees, the man singled out by the referee. The penalty had already been given, I think, by the referee to Hull any case. And that's confirmed, and good to see both captains in there trying to calm things down. Russ Walker and Greg Mackey. Mackey probably taken over the captaincy this time. A better kick by Paul Eastwood. You do get the feeling, Brian, although Hull are 10 points behind, the game is not over by any means yet.
No, by no means. Dixon. John Sharp. Oh, good run by Sharp. A lot of laying on at the tackle by both sides, but the referees allowed it all the game. Dalov, Gay, Rob Nolan. Richard Gay. Tackled. Caleb Henjack kicks right to Forster, but Forster knocks it on, and the referee says he's gone back. What a decision by the referee. Amazing decision by the referee, Steve.
Yeah, not a particularly good kick by Ivan Henjak. The ball straight to Forster, but he did certainly fumbled it. And the referee amazingly way of play on. Tees is knocked down by Jones. The referee said that was a fair collision. Certainly a big hit, and Jones involved in a fight. I think he's going to have to go here. Well, I should be amazed if Mark Jones stays on here. And he's off. Well, he proved his point with the big hit on Tees, which legal. Why then he had to lash out the Warrington player, I do not know. A rush of blood. The result is Hull are down to 12 men. The clash a few moments ago between Tees and Jones was the cause of that, and it's carried on, and Mark Jones is the player who's gone. And Warrington with good possession now inside the Hull half. Harmon. Chambers. Hull's tackling now stepped up a gear. A lot of fire in this game. Rudd. Lee Jackson coming in a bit late, didn't make contact. Here goes Mann from acting halfback. Vital that Hull retain their cool here. Mackie. Diagonal kick, well taken this time by Gary Clark, and Warrington offside. Eastwood to kick to touch. Lee Jackson to Russ Walker. Ian Marlowe. Sharp. Can't handle. Taken by Warrington. Back to Greg Mackie. Mackie tackled by John Sharp and Ian Marlowe. That's a bit of a mountain to climb now, Brian, isn't it, with only 12 men?
It certainly isn't. Really, that was poor discipline by Mark Jones, as he'd made his point with a hard tackle. There's no need to follow up with a right cross, leaving all the man down. But he said Hull are playing with bags of fire. Mackie. Rudd. Up and under. Not a very good one. Taken by Gary Clark. Oh, good pass to Nolan. There was something on there. And as it is, Greg Mackie's picked it up.
Well, a great bit of work by Greg Mackie. Something he's always been particularly good at, that determination in going for the loose ball and claiming it. Tees, the man involved in the incident with Mark Jones, knocked down by Lee Jackson, Russ Walker. Shelford, almost out of the tackle. Warrington looking to finish the game off. Mackie. Last tackle. man kicks through. Richard Gay knocks on. Have Warrington scored? A try. Kenyon follows up to claim the try. And poor Richard Gay, a good kick again through to him. But an uncharacteristic error from the whole fullback. The ball going loose and Kenyon following up to score, and that really is the game, Brian.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't see Hull coming back from that. We've got, what, about 10 minutes left. But that was a killer blow, because Richard Gay's had a pretty good game, Steve. And although he was under some pressure, he had plenty of time to make the ball dead. So Rudd trying to make it 26 points for Warrington. Hull went to put Dean Busby back on. Good kick by Rudd. If there was doubt about the previous one, there's certainly no doubt about that. So it's Warrington 26, Hull 10, and Busby's coming on for Marlow. Paul Eastwood to kick off again. Eastwood kicks straight to Mackey. It's Forster. Another bit of a fracas breaking out. It's a penalty to Warrington. Good deep kick there by Rudd. Dwayne Mann to restart play. Mackey. Chambers. Chambers setting out with that tackle by John Sharp. Mackey. Dummies. Stopped there by Busby. And Eastwood. And Eastwood kicks out. Warrington regained play, nothing wrong with that. So another 6 tackles to Warrington. Harmon. Ooh, it's a hard tackle there by Sharp. Sanderson. Tees. Oh, knocks Senjak out the way. Gets the ball back to Mann. Mackey to Shelford. Rudd. Thornley. Last tackle. Kick by Mackey. Gage there, well taken. Well, the referee didn't say anything wrong with that, but the touch has come 30 yards, I think, to tell him that Lee Jackson obstructed the Warrington man, Steve.
Well, the referee was no more than 5 yards away from that. The referee waving away the Hull players. A real difference of interpretation here between the two officials. Total confusion. Now what's the decision going to be? Russ Walker querying it. Looks as if it's going to be a penalty against Hull. Russ Walker showing the position that Lee Jackson was in. So penalty against him. Well, I can't quite understand that. I mean, there you have a referee 5 metres from play, saw it, wave play on, touch judge comes running from 30 yards away, the penalty is awarded. That's got to question the referee's authority, Brian.
Yeah, I think it certainly has, Steve, and it probably is our side. Anyway, it's Rudd, easy kick. Kicks it. That's Warrington 28, Hull 10. Hull is to kick off. There's I think there's only about 5 minutes left, but I have a feeling it could be quite a hectic 5 minutes. Tamaki. Runs up Busby. Harmon. Thornley. Good tackle by Lee Jackson. Shelford kicks to Richard Gay. Gay takes it well. Good tackle by Dwayne Mann, but he just shrugs it out of it. Another 3 Warrington tacklers there. Bags of enthusiasm for Warrington. Dalov. John Sharp running up. John Sharp's had one of his best games of the season for me. He's really run strongly and tackled very hard today. So they've got his appetite back for the game. Dalov, kick through. Oh. Picked up by Warrington defender. Alan Bateman. Harmon, met by Walker. Mackey, long ball. Oh, beat the whole defence, but it also beat force to the Warrington winger. Went straight into touch. Warrington pushing Hull at the scrum because Hull and minus both props. And Chambers picks it up, loses it. Henjack picks it up. Penalty to Warrington, which I think it was. Interference to the play of the ball. Ruddle going for touch. Right in the, let's hold back on the line. Mann. Chambers, met by Jackson. Sanderson. Okay, it's a move that Sanderson had tried to disallow from Steve in the first half, that when it comes to the second runner on the crisscross. Tees, bang back. Centre recovered from Jones's right hook. Mackey knocks on. Lee Jackson picks up. Who'll move the ball? Dalov. Busby. Well tackled there by Tees and Thornley. Nolan, Henjack, Dalov. Ball to Grant. Grant to Gay. Nice play by Hull. Dalov. to Paul Eastwood. Kicks it down towards Neil Kenyon, fumbles it, but it's going his own way. Oh, Kenyon runs round Rob Nolan. And Dixon. Fortunately, Nolan gets back. Head-high tackle. Free kick. I don't know what the penalty count is, but I think Hull are certainly on the wrong side of it.
Clearly a penalty though. There's no real malice in the tackle, but Rob Nolan chasing back, taking the play a bit high. But Roy Simmons, I think, wouldn't be too happy with the way Hull have given penalties away today. Here comes Tees. 10 metres away. Shelford, being across, picks up Thornley. Full defence reads that well. Greg Mackey going towards the line. Greg Mackey slips the ball out. And a whistle in the crowd. Thornley stopped, hearing a whistle, but the whistle wasn't from the referee, but from someone in the crowd. Chip through, and here's Kenyon to score. Well, a very simple try, lovely little kick through on the short side by Dwayne Mann. And Neil Kenyon, the winger, nips in unopposed to score his second try. And really, Warrington rubbing salt in the whole wounds in the last minute of the game here with another try. Well, the winger Kenyon has picked up 2 tries from kicks through. Well, he hasn't really had to do too much to get those, but he does look a particularly quick winger to me, Brian.
Yeah, very good. And when Dwayne Mann does something like that, Steve, it's so easy, isn't it? You wonder why it doesn't happen every game, you see. Just a carefully controlled little grubber kick 5 yards out, whole defence had moved up onto him and the winger, and Hull had nobody behind covering. Simple try for Kenyon, a beautiful little kick by Dwayne Mann. Who's had, for me, he's had another really good game for Warrington. Flags up again for that one. $34 points to 10. I thought there was a little bit of doubt about that goal, to be honest. But nonetheless, Touches was sure that was a goal. Eastwood kicks off. Tees. Russ Walker injured. Shelford kicks again for Gary Clark's, to Gary Clark's wing. Clark's there first, put down by Kenyon and Thornley. Russ Walker looks quite badly hurt. Gary Clark. John Sharp. Henjack. Busby. Daylove. Daylove plays the ball to himself. Nice ball to Grant. Kicks. A little knock on there by the fullback. Enterprising play by Daylove.
And also about James Grant, Ryan, who I must say I think has had his best game for the club today.
Yeah, certainly the best game I've seen him play. Played with plenty of fire and a bit of penetration. Russ Walker off then, and Marlowe coming on for the last couple of minutes. Again, big push by Warrington, but all feel it. Daylove slips it to Grant. Not really a chance there. Henjack, long ball to Rob Nolan, to Richard Gay. Gay beats his man. Alright, not bad, Gay. Beat Kenyon well on the outside then. The touch judge gives it to Warrington head and ball. Greg Mackey wins the Warrington man of the match. He had an excellent game. Been involved in everything they've done.
He's made some errors, but he's done the business when he counted, Greg Mackey. A scrum half who really takes the ball up to the line before taking his options, either take it himself or release a man into space. And some very determined work in defence as well. The dying embers of this game now. We're at 25-5, just after. And Warrington on the verge of there. Oh, and Lee Jackson intercepts. Can't quite make the line. It's out to John Sharp. Sharp will go to the 20-metre zone line. Now have Hull a chance to finish off. Warrington certainly short of numbers on Hull's right. Knock on given against Dearlove. Not a very good ball from the acting halfback there. And Andy Dearlove fumbling. So Hull unable to take advantage. Warrington will move level on points with Hull tonight after this win, 8 points each. And they will also, of course, complete a league double over Hull, having won 29-14 at the Boulevard back in September. Here's Harmon. Four Hull forwards in making the tackle. Mackey, Shelford, here's Chambers, looking to turn and find his supporting player, but taken down by Sharp. Here's Rudd, takes on Nolan, but it's taken down. Mackey. The ball goes over Harmon's head. It's picked up eventually by Penny. Room here on the outside, but he can't get it away. James Grant hangs on and makes the tackle. And there is the final hooter that brings to an end what is a disappointing result for Hull, certainly. A game of a lot of errors. Quite a bit of fire, especially in the second half. A deserved win for Warrington by 34-10, but some good aspects to Hull's game, I suppose, but defensive weaknesses certainly in evidence, particularly in their own 20-metre area, and a very heavy penalty account against Hull, Brian, which in the end has proved decisive. But Warrington, fine performance, especially in the second half, from a narrow half-time lead of 14-10, running out Victor's 34-10. You can't really argue with that.
No, you can't. I mean, Hull certainly gifted Warrington two tries, two very easy tries, and Warrington were there for the taking really at 14-10, but after a good opening 10 minutes, Hull just really fell apart, Steve, and I thought we lacked, well, throughout the game, a little bit of subtlety in the middle of the field.
That's it, right.
So from Wilderspool, that's goodbye from Brian Holwell and Steve Alderson.
That's close.